Well, folks, good evening. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Ricky Ali. Tonight, we're just going to chip in on few things unfolding in Liberia, and we're just going to have a productive conversation tonight. So, if you're following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want us to welcome. I'm your host, as always, Ricky Ali, on this show. And if for some reason, if you want to be a part of this show and you want to make some contribution, you are highly welcome. Just send me a message via my Facebook account, and I will just send you the link to come here so that we can discuss things that pertain to our country, pertain to everything that you think we can discuss on this show. But you're welcome. We are here for 45 minutes to discuss some important things about our country. One of the topics we are discussing tonight is why does Liberia deserve better? Why? We have seen leaders after leader in Liberia, and we don't see Liberia even compared to a country that fought a terrible war in Africa, Rwanda. Rwanda had the worst crisis, the war that resulted to almost 1 million people dead. See them today. They are emerging economy, and they are doing a lot. They're the most cleanest country in the whole Africa. So just tell you, when a leader have vision, he can do a lot of great things. So tonight, if you're following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host as always. We're just going to chip in. We're going to read out some trending things happening in Liberia, and then we're going to discuss about this all important topic that I think is very important for our Liberian people. Why does Liberia deserve better? So if you want to be a part of the show, if you're watching the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Ricky Ali. So, folks, let's get into our discussion tonight. Why does Liberia deserve better? That's a question all Liberians will be asking. Why? Why does Liberia deserve better? So many reasons. And this particular topic is an argument that anyone can put forth and debate that. So we are discussing why Liberia deserves better. So if you're following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Ricky Ali. And if you also want to be a part of the show, send me a message, and I will send you the invite. And then if you are watching the show, please share, make some comment, like. We highly appreciate that. And if you feel led, you want to support this program, and you feel that we are doing the right things, there is a donation link right there, and a cash out. You can make donation to this. It's not mandatory. We are not begging anybody, but it just, if you feel led and you want to help and support what we are doing here, then you can be able to make that donation to that cash out, or better still, the number up there if you want to Zelle. Whatever you give, we highly appreciate that. So, folks, let's just, because we don't have much time, let's dive into what we are here for. For a short time, we are going to discuss why Liberia deserves better. And this is an argument that anyone can put forth, and we can debate this. Why? Why do you think Liberia deserves better? We have had leaders after leaders in Liberia, and yet we don't see better Liberia. I was in Liberia in March, and I went places and I took a lot of pictures. I have a lot of video about things that I saw, and I was very surprised to see that the previous government made all the promises, and yet we didn't see. We didn't see no different. We don't. I for one did not see any kind of be different also. So it tells you that there are a lot of work to be done in Liberia. Like I mentioned, Rwanda fought one of the horrible war, the war that resulted to almost 1 million people losing their lives. Yet the leaders for the vision, he had transformed that whole country and make it to be one of the better emerging economy in Africa. And they tell you that when the leaders are, vision minded and they want people to see that they are able to transform their country, they do a lot of better things. So that's why we want to see Liberia had a 14-year war, but the casualty of people who lost their life did not even reach amount to the people who lost their life from that 100-day war in Rwanda. So it just tells you that we need to do more for our country. But this is the question we are asking: why does Liberia deserve better? So we are going to discuss tonight. We are going to discuss different reasons why Liberia deserve better, and we are going to dive into some of the key things, and we are also going to read some of the happening and trending things that are happening in Liberia as well. So stay with me. So why Liberia deserve better? You know, Liberia deserve better because of the long history of suffering from devastating civil war. Every time we make that projection, we say, "Oh yeah, Liberia just most of the government will make that shifting, something to what had happened before. Oh, we are just from war. We are just from the okay. We agree. We agree that we came from a 14-year war, but since that 14-year war subsided, we have had leaders upon leader in our country. We have had a lot of leaders who rule Liberia, and yet we still see that Liberia is not even compared to Rwanda. Rwanda that fought one of the worst war that resulted to almost 1 million people losing their lives. So it tells you that that Liberia deserve better. So Liberia deserve better because of its long history of suffering from devastating war, widespread poverty, rampant corruption, and a lack of basic infrastructure leading to its citizens with extremely limited access to healthcare, education, and economic opportunity. These are all reasons beyond reasonable doubt that Liberia deserve better. These are all reasons beyond reasonable doubt that Liberia deserve better. Liberia deserve better because of what? Many leaders place the blame on the 14-year crisis. We agree that we went through a 14-year crisis, but we are no longer in war. We've been through that war a long time ago. We have had leaders upon leader, but they're always saying, based on that war, okay, widespread poverty, so many suffering. People have suffered. I went to Liberia to see that people sleeping in the street, and you see how the living condition of our people, and people are suffering. People are going through a lot, and I begin to wonder. I said, "Wow, I'm in America here, but I know people sleep in the street here, some part of Baltimore, and so people sleep in the street. I get it. People will always sleep in the street, but we are looking at the frequency and the magnitude of what happens in Liberia. That's what we are saying is something to really, talk about. And it's actually concerning to see that leaders after leader make promises that they don't implement. So all those things can result to the suffering of our people, widespread poverty, rampant corruption. We have had corruption upon corruption upon corruption. And I tell you, corruption is one of the worst epidemics in Africa. You won't believe that it despair. It actually create a situation where people live in despair. See, so that's what we are discussing. Liberia is a country that deserves a better. Liberians deserve better. That's what we are saying. Liberia. Why Liberia deserve better? That's a question. Why Liberia deserve better? So if you're watching the show on Facebook and YouTube, I want to say thanks for tuning in. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Ricky Ali. We are discussing a simple topic. Just for a little while, a friend of mine contacted me and said, "Oh, Ricky, I think you are doing a fantastic work, and I'll make an appearance on your show." I said, "Yeah, but you can come and the show is welcome to everybody." You see, I see you discuss a lot of things about Liberia, and you have a good vision. And I said, "Yeah, because I want to see Liberia being a better place. I'm not seeking government job. I tell people every day, I'm not seeking government job. I just want to see a better Liberia, because Liberia be better, and not just for me. It's for our children, and for other people's children, people who reside in Liberia. The children deserve better future and deserve a better country." That's what we are saying. So when we are discussing this thing, it's just to engage the government constructively, to let them know that the fact that they are being in some of those different places, They are there to function for the country, not to function for themselves. So we want to see a better Liberia. So I guess most of those lawmakers and people that flip through Facebook at night and watch these things. So we are urging you, if you are a government official or if you are whatever person in government, you have the responsibility to your country, not to yourself, not even to your family, because you took an oath to defend and protect, especially for the military. But also that defend and protect is also applied to even a civil worker. You have to protect your country if you want to be a good, let's say, a good officer or a good lawmaker or a good cabinet minister. You have to protect your country, and it come by having that mind, that mindset of transforming Liberia. A lot of lawmakers do come for vacation sometime, and they come and see how developed other countries are, and they see, say, wow, look at South Africa, look at Johannesburg, look at Cape Town, look at the places, how they are built. They got skyscraper, the places laid out. Why can't we be like this? And then they go back home, they see these things, and they get blown up by some of those things they see. But then when they go back home, they don't implement. Lack of project implementation visibility. All of those things affect our country. And that's what we are discussing tonight. We are discussing why Liberia deserves better. So folks, if you are following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Ricky Ali. We are discussing for a short time. I have somebody who's going to join me momentarily from Liberia. He's trying to get himself adjusted so that he can come on the show. I just sent him an invite, waiting for him to get ready and come. I know it's kind of time different. People, it's in the morning in Liberia, and it's going to 10 p.m. in the US here. So there is a huge time difference. But he want to come and share his perspective. He want to come and share his idea, and some of the things he sees in our country, and he want to share that. So I'm actually waiting for him. But folks, if you are following the show via Facebook and YouTube, welcome to the Rahim Show. This is where we discuss issue of national concern, spiritual issue, and we discuss everything. Why? Because we want to see a better society. That's why we discuss some of these things. We want to see a better people. We want to see somebody live it well-meaning life. That's why we come here and discuss these things, to help people. We want to see a better society. So this is where, if you want to come and be a part of this, part of what we are doing here, you're most welcome. Just send me a message and I can send you an invite and come here so you can share your perspective. But welcome. We are discussing why Liberia deserves better. Why Liberia deserves better. And we are saying, over the years, people think that Liberia, because of the civil crisis we had a 14-year war a long time ago. We are no longer, we've been out of that war a long time. We have had leaders, another president had ruled for 2 different terms. And we had the previous president, now we have another president. So we have high. And you see, like in Liberia, people rule for 6 years. It's not like in America where people rule for 4 years, 6 years. So another government had ruled for 12 years, 2 terms. And then we have another government who just left for 6 years. So it's 18 years after the war, 18 years. We have had 18 years. And yet, you see that all in the street. You see building dilapidated, you see a lot of things happening in Liberia. And we want to see a better Liberia. So we are using our media, this medium rather, to engage our leaders to do well. You come here in the States, you come for visit, you see how beautiful some of the places are. You can be able to, borrow some of these beauty, development and just apply in your area of office. You make sure you do well, because you have a responsibility as a lawmaker, you have a responsibility as a minister, you have a responsibility as a director, whatever position you find yourself in government, you have that responsibility to your country, because you want to do well. Because if you do well, it becomes a reflection on you and on your office as well. So folks, why Liberia deserves better? That's what we are discussing tonight. And we're going to give you key points to support our argument. Why Liberia deserves better? We're going to give you key points to support our argument. So we are saying here, You know, we have experienced over the years in Liberia widespread poverty, rampant corruption, and a lack of our basic infrastructure, leading its citizens to extremely limited access to healthcare, education, and economic opportunity. If you look at the unemployment rate in Liberia, it's so high. A lot of people, a lot of young people today they had, I think, if I'm not making a mistake, today they had graduation in Liberia. A lot of people are graduating with BSc, some of them masters, and some of them, you name it. But they need to be employed. They need to have some sort of, that's why, one of the plans that I have, sometimes I even pray that God bless me. I want to open a training center. Why? Because I see such an important, reason behind opening such a center. Because it's like, there are a lot of people who need skill set. There are a lot of people need to have skill set. And when you don't have the skill business, you can go to the school, but if you don't have that skill set, so you create an avenue where you can be able to train people, train them physically on the job, where they can be able to have some sort of, job training, like, internship. All of those things are very important. Create some sort of internship where people can go and, work for just, if it is 2 or 3 days, create some sort of work opportunity for people so that they can learn something on the job. But you see, a lot of people don't want to create a kind of opportunity. Training center, create, some sort of RT, a regional transportation authority that is basically for people of disability. Create something like that for some of our older folks, senior, 50 years and above. Create some sort of avenue for them to help them too. Can you imagine? We got older people now that need help. All of those things. Sometimes I ask God, say, if you bless me with money, I can open some of these things and do some of these things. So you see, these are some of the things we are discussing. So people think that Liberia is just an elephant meat where leaders after leader can just come and cut. No. We have to get rid of that mindset. Liberia is not an elephant meat where people can just come and cut and go. If we have that mindset, we will be even 300 years, and yet we are not compared to Ivory Coast. Look at Ivory Coast. Just our neighbor, we share border. Look at Ivory Coast. And Liberia had independence long time ago before even Ivory Coast. So it tells you that we need to do well. And so far, I think Liberia probably, if I'm not making a mistake, Liberia is the oldest country in Africa right now. So we need to do better. So let me just read through some of the key facts to support our argument why Liberia deserves better. This is what we are discussing, folks. If you are following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Ricky Ali. We are discussing why Liberia deserves better. And I'm going to provide you key facts to support our argument, to support the document, to support what we are saying, why Liberia deserves better. So if you're following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, as always, Ricky Ali. So we read that despite its potential for development due to what the national resources and its unique historical status as a nation founded by free slaves from the United States, essentially the country has endowed significant hardship. Why you think Liberia endowed significant hardship and deserve the chance at a higher birth, a higher future, with improved living condition and stability? Those are things we deserve. We deserve what? A chance at a better future with improved living condition and stability. We have something called financial stability. It means that the person has money to sustain his family. Imagine if you look at an Irish person with a family of 3. How do you think that person is feeding the family? You see, even to be honest, a lot of young girls, beautiful girls, are engaged into sex practices because of this thing called poverty. A lot of things are going on in Liberia, a lot. And all of the things, I'm not saying you should find yourself doing this kind of thing as a young girl. No, that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you fall in doing the kind of thing, stop and just trust God to change your life and make you a better person. But these are some of the reasons why some people are doing all of the things. Because, for instance, if that particular girl father were working and he can't even provide for his own because of lack of financial stability or lack of money or something to help an average man who has a 3 kids cannot even feed his children. The children go without food. To even have health care is very tough. All of these things affect the people. So we are saying Liberia deserves better. And we are going to provide key facts to support this argument why Liberia deserves better. Why Liberia deserves better? That is a question. For some of my friends who work in government, I'm asking you this question. Why do you think Liberia deserves better? You have been given an opportunity to work. You have been given an opportunity to serve your country. Do well. Do well. Don't allow any person to be able to convince you that, oh, Liberia is just like they do your own and leave. No. You can be a change in that particular place you find yourself. You can be a change. So I'm encouraging you to be that change when you're given the opportunity. I'm encouraging you that you can be that change if you are given an opportunity to serve your country well, and forgo any person or anyone who will come and tell you, say, brother, you have to do this, you have to do that. This is how Liberia goes. No, this is not how Liberia goes, because this is how we make Liberia a bad place, by listening to bad people who will tell you, eat your own and go. Liberia is not an elephant meat. Liberia is a place that belongs to Liberians, and Liberians should be able to enjoy their resources that the country produces, or their resources that the country have. So, folks, we are saying why Liberia deserves better. And we are saying we provide key reasons to support our argument why Liberia deserves better. If you want to be a part of our discussion tonight, you can send me a message and I will send you an invite and you'll come on the show so we can be able to discuss this particular topic. We want to see a better Liberia. We want to see our country doing well. I have been to Liberia this year and I visited places. I saw a lot of things. I saw how the road, one of the commercial road from Freeport all the way to Douala, how that road looked very bad. I don't want to even talk about it when the rain, the place I have to walk several times because of some kind of truck falling into that water and it blocked the whole road. We don't have a road network in a way that when one road is cut or blocked, we have to pass all the way. So it makes things difficult. In the US, they have a lot of connection. If something happens here, you have this one. Even though there are times traffic happens, you won't avoid traffic. It happens. There are some time traffic will happen. Everything is not perfect in America yet, so I don't want to say that, but at least they have some sort of road network that you can be able to go this side and get to where you want to get to your house, to your home. So, folks, why Liberia deserves better? That's what we are discussing tonight. And if you want to be a part of the show, send me a message, and I'll be able to invite you so that we can be able to discuss them. So, you see, one of the reasons why we are saying Liberia deserves better is because of what? Liberia has endowed significant hardship and deserve the chance as a better future with improved living condition. Our people living condition needs to be improved. Our people living condition needs to be improved. The people living condition needs to be improved. I saw a lot of people sleeping in the street. I saw people life has been. I'm not saying those who make their own wrong decision or impulsive decision for themselves. They are the one who want to do live that, make themselves to live that kind of condition. But I'm saying if there is a avenue for some of the young people. And then one of the things we're going to discuss about it is about the drugs issue. Drugs. Oh my goodness. 10 years ago when I was coming to America here, I I never realized that after so many years, the people who do drugs will have increased. I never thought on that. I felt that the leader will have tackled some of these things and make sure that they curtail the number of young people that are doing drugs. But when after 5 years, when I went back home, I realized that this wasn't a case of what I expected the leaders to tackle. But instead, they increase the population of those who started doing illicit drugs. It went up to the highest in Liberia. And this is not good for our country. This is not good for our country. You know what drugs does? You know what drugs does? Drugs can affect your whole memory. It can cause you to do anything when you are in drugs. Because what? Your mind, you are not even to yourself at that moment when you're in drugs. So it's not even good. It's not even healthy. That's why you see people who do drugs, they're being arrested. Because what? They know the effect and they know what it does. Because somebody can be on drugs and go do a lot of bad things. So we are appealing to the government, please. I know there is a unit to tackle some of these drugs things in Liberia, but we have to do it with all honesty. Let us not arrest some of these drugs and hide them and have something you sell in a corner side. No. If you want to be honest as a leader, you arrest some of these things, make sure you brand them or you damage them so that it cannot be used by anyone. So let's go to our topic because we are not here for a long time, but we are discussing why Liberia deserves better. And we are saying we're going to provide you with key facts to support these arguments why Liberia deserves better. So bear with me for a moment. Let me go through my information here. And then we are also going to read out some news about what is unfolding in Liberia. Let me just flip through the news of what is unfolding in Liberia. So let's just go through some of the news of what is happening in Liberia. We're going to read out, okay. One of the news here say, okay, Liberia, it's a USAID test project train faculty from 8 Liberian universities to strengthen the educational sector. We are reading from the new, the front page Liberian newspaper. We are reading from the front page Liberian newspaper. And the news say USAID text project, USAID, United States Agency for Development takes the project train faculty from 8 Liberian universities to strengthen the educational sector. That is a good news because our faculty need to be trained because it's very important that they get trained because we don't want them to accept bribe and make a student to have grade that they don't even work for because that alone would damage the education sector. So I'm glad that they were able to, settle that training for them and they were able to benefit 8 different universities to strengthen our educational system. I mean, a lot of people graduate, they can't defend some of the degree that they have. So that is very sad. And another news there from Liberia say, Ghanansville Youth Alliance launches Say No to Drugs campaign to protect Liberia future. Yeah, say no to drugs campaign to protect Liberia future. Say no. So that's a good, alliance, to launch such initiative for our country. Because what? For instance, if we don't tackle these drugs things in Liberia, what will happen with our young people who will be born 10, 15 years from now? They might likely get the same pressure from friends and join some of these drugs activity. And at the end of the day, you will have, instead of you having a reduction in people who do drugs, you will have an increase. And as you have an increase, it will become it become an effect on the society. So you don't want to do that. So these are young people who are launching these alliances to be able to protect, educate people about not doing drugs, having some sort of awareness and talking to people out there so that they can avoid getting in themselves into drugs habit. So that is also a news here in Liberia. And then one of the news they say the GSC conduct 5 days financial audit, manual training for this auditor in risk assessment and internal control evaluation. The General Auditing Commission, they are conducting 5 days of financial audit. It's just a manual training for the auditor, in risk management and internal control. Risk management, which is good. We talk about the risk management. So that is good because they want to prevent a lot of things from happening. We live in a technological world where a lot of hackers are very active online, doing so many things, and they can send you anything. And at the end of the day, when you hit on that, it steal all your information or so. So it's a good training. We hope that people will take advantage of that training and do well. And then another news, like the pepper bread fly, renew call to include a book in Liberia National Curriculum. I think a book was written by somebody or so that they are calling. I have to get a copy of that book to read it. Renew call to include that book in the Liberia National Curriculum. Somebody is, So Bum County Council submit final fiscal year budget after deliberation and adjustment. Bum County. So they submitted there is a fiscal year every time they come up with a budget. What happened to the idea of the thing called fatality mortality? The budget for fatality mortality. What happened to that idea? I think it's a great idea for the government to look at, because we had that when they seen Amarakone, he was minister at the time, and then that money, I guess I stand to be corrected, I think it would take $10 million. What happened? Because we noticed that a lot of people who go to the hospital, families are suffering and babies are born with no good health, and as a result, you have to take the ratio into account. People die. A lot of babies lose their life because family doesn't have the money to afford health care, and at the end of the day, the baby doesn't have that nutritional benefit to sustain the bones, that everything. So they should be able to consider something like fatality mortality back and be able to implement these things to help families. So that is also good. Another thing is that the ED, practicing what I preach, a Liberian perspective on why I voted for Kamala Harris. Somebody saying practicing, why they voted. Liberian making that comment, and they had to take that news. And then Chinese ambassador to Liberia, Yin Zhenhu, seek strategic partnership in China-Liberia relationship. It's a good thing. China-Liberia relationship, it should be a strategic relationship to help a country. It's a good thing, to have a relationship with some kind of, world, global world, leaders. Churches celebrate 2024 International Pastor Day with global appreciation for spiritual leader. It's good to celebrate some of these leaders because they are doing an incredible job praying for our nation. So let's go back to what we are discussing. You just wanted to read through some of the front page newspaper, some of the things that are trending in Liberia. So let's just go directly to what we are here for. Why Liberia deserves better, and then I'm going to provide you with the key, key fact to support our argument of why Liberia deserves better. So we are saying Liberia deserves better because most time we have had leaders upon leaders in Liberia, and we have seen our people still live below less than $1 a day. A whole family, imagine a whole family go without food. An average, and let's say average family, like a father with 3 kids. What do you expect the kids to eat? What do you expect? School fees are skyrocketed. People cannot afford school fee. They have to create some sort of payment, installment payment, so that people can be able to at least try to get a children to school. Things are tough in Liberia. Things are very tough. And how do we curve some of these things, and how do we engage our leaders so that they can be able to do better for our country in Liberia? So that's why we are discussing Liberia, why Liberia deserves better. Why? Why do you think Liberia deserves better? Join me on the show and let's discuss it. Send me a message so you can come and be a part of the show, so we can discuss why Liberia deserves better in your own word. Why do you think Liberia deserves better? Why? Why do you think Liberia? Because of the living condition of our people over the past 18 years. We have had three different, one leaders have ruled Liberia for 2 terms, and another leader we just had before Joseph Yoma Bwaka. We have had, it has nothing to do with war because we passed that war 20 years ago. The war ended before 2000. So we are in 2024. So imagine, we have had so many, 2020, we have had 20 years. After 20 years, are we still attributing Liberia problem to 14-year war? After 20 years, are we still attributing Liberia problem to 14-year war? Or is it because we don't care about our country? Or is it because we are just like the mindset of people who think Liberia is an elephant mean that anybody can come and cut its own and go? No. We want to see a better Liberia. We want to see a country that is prosper, that people live better. That is why we are engaging the government. We are not having this conversation to ask government, please implore me, please do this for me, please do that for me. I'm a father, I have 3 kids, my kids are very young. I got friends who want me to come to Liberia to find something to do, but I told them no. Because why? I want to stay with my family and just do the right thing to help our country. So that's why we are having these kind of conversations to see a better Liberia. So folks, if you're joining the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome. This is the Rahim Show, and tonight we are discussing why Liberia deserves better. This is a question that I have been contemplating on. Why? We have had government upon government. We have had leaders upon leader. Why Liberia deserves better? Why do you think Liberia deserves better? Why? So we are providing you with key facts to support our argument why Liberia deserves better. This is our argument why Liberia deserves better. That's a question I'm asking to all of our leaders, to all of our officials, to all of our cabinet members, to all of our lawmakers and senator, every one of you, we are asking you why Liberia deserves better. It is not just me who is not in government, but I want to see a better Liberia. A better Liberia. It's what we want to see for our country. Liberia have had so many, leaders after this whole 14-year war. We shouldn't be just attributing our problem to the 14-year war all the time. No, that is just finding an excuse to just create an avenue to do something dubious. But we are saying why Liberia deserves better. So that's what we are saying. Because of the living condition of our people, we want to see our people live a better life. We want to see an average man with a 3-year-old children be able to afford for his children to go to school, be able to put food on their table and eat. We want to see that. We want to see that things happening in Liberia. We want to see that. We don't want to see somebody saying, "Oh, Papa has come home." Now, somebody using their campaign to say, "Oh yeah, when I become president, now you will know that Papa have come home," meaning that Papa will be bringing a bunch of plastic bag food with food. No, don't use these kind of sweet words to deceive our people. Our people's eyes are opening gradually. I tell you, our people's eyes are opening. Let me go in the comment section. Somebody just gave a comment. Good topic. Okay, that's good. Thank you for your comment. So our people deserve better. Our people deserve better. So that's what we are saying. Why do you think Liberia deserve better? So these are questions that we are asking. And we are asking all Liberians. We are asking even the official. We are asking all of our leaders, even the president himself. The president himself. Joseph Yoma Bwaka. Why do you think Liberia deserve better? Why? As a leader, why do you think that country that you rule deserve better? So we are engaging you right now constructively using our platform. We are engaging you. Why do you think Liberia deserve better? So we are saying Liberia deserve better because of our people living condition. Because of our people living condition. We have had government upon government, our people still living the same. Instead of our people in life improving, but rather we are having more people getting into drugs. We are having more people living and sleeping in the street. Imagine people living and sleeping in the graveyard. It's just something that I don't even get. We should be able to improve. We should be able to open a training center, places to encourage people. You know, the last time I went to the prison, and most of the guys who were punished for certain things that they have committed, to tell you that the prison here have some sort of training that most of the guys who are there, they can go for, if you're not on death row or anything, you can do training. They train these guys, and after they have served whatever punishment they were taken to that cell for, or for that to that prison for, they come out and become productive person in society. I know a guy who left from that prison. When I went there, through one of my friends, I got to know somebody who were in the prison. The guy had left from prison with good skill set, and he came back. All his document, after some time, he was able to regain, because at some point, depending on the crime you commit, sometimes your document takes a while. Sometimes you don't even work because of certain crime you commit. You become just loose in society, and you have to find somebody, or you have to find under the table work to do. But the guy, I was surprised the guy came from that person and came from that place with a huge skill set, and that guy go employ and work and became a changed person. So I'm telling you, we can create a training center, a center to help our young people, those who are engaging the drug. When these people have something to do, when they have something to do, and in our training center, you provide food for them to eat while you training them, providing skills. You don't know the impact this will have. Maybe take for instance, all of one person you train, even if 30% learn something and become productive citizen, it is a reproduction of good result. It is a reproduction of good result. At the end of the day, people who learn and became somebody, they now will be able to contribute to society. So you do it like that. Over a span of time, you have gotten that 100%, out of that 100%, you have gotten up to 80% who learn something and become productive in society. Then you have that reduction of crime. So all of these things, we are saying it because they are free. We are saying it to encourage our leader. We are saying it to encourage our leader out there. Very important. So let's read out why we are saying Liberia deserve better. Why are we saying Liberia deserve better? And to support our argument, that's why we are about to read some of the key facts. So if you're following the show, I see somebody saying, good topic. If you want to be a part of the show, I can send you the link and you come here to share your perspective. If you're not sleeping right now, you can come here from Liberia and share your idea, and I would highly appreciate it. And you want to also share the podcast, make some comment, we highly appreciate it. This is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, as always, Ricky Ali. So let's get to some of the things that we are saying why Liberia deserve better. Liberia deserve better because of its history. Most of the time, we attribute Liberia problem to the history of the 14-year war. No, we have had a 14-year war a long time ago. We are saying Liberia problem is not the 14-year war, because the 14-year war society sent 20 years ago. We are saying Liberia problem is because of the suffering, the widespread poverty of our people, the rampant corruption that lead to the despair of our people, the rampant corruption that lead to the despair of our people. See? And then, and the lack of basic infrastructure. You don't have good healthcare. You don't have water supply running homes. You don't have people drink water that they don't even know where it comes from. Sometimes you have stomach ache. Sometimes you have something, but you still have to do it. You still have to drink it because you need water, because your body needs water. You need to be hydrated. So you see, and then living, let's say living a citizen with extremely limited access to healthcare. People don't have access to healthcare. education. There are so many children I saw in Liberia when I was there. They are just selling. When I asked some of them, why are you not in school? They say, oh, my mom and pa don't have money to pay my school fee. That's why I'm selling. I said, amen. Amen. Sometimes when I, empathize with somebody who is going through a bad situation, I just feel that money should just fall from heaven in my pocket to just pay almost all the children who are not in school fees. Sometimes I just feel that way. I just feel that way. And everybody can share the same, compassion with me. We want to see a better Liberia. A lot of children are in the street selling because the parent cannot afford to pay their school fee, and they have to sell so that they can be able to eat. You don't do that to our kids who deserve a better future and a better country. These are some of the things that we are saying the leaders must take action, must take very good action to help our people, because Liberia belongs to the people, not the government. The government is part of the people too, but Liberia, you are there in that position to serve your people. You are not there to serve. Take, for instance, we just had a president, Donald Trump. He just won election. You saw most of the things he's saying. He want to improve the economy. He want to do this one. He want to do that one. He's not doing it for himself. He's doing it to benefit the country. Because if he do it for himself, I tell you, a lot of people will go against him. But that's what a leader should be. A leader should serve his country, not himself. You are serving your country, because if you do well for your country, it is a good reflection for you and for your leadership. So, folks, let's just go through why Liberia deserves better. And these are the very key fact, to take away to support our argument. Why Liberia deserves better. Key points supporting my argument. Why Liberia deserves better. This is my argument. Why Liberia deserves better. One is historical trauma. One is linked to what we call historical trauma. You know how many people were affected by that war that we had in Liberia? So many people. And so many young people. We know a lot of warmongers, a lot of people, they still have that mindset. So that's why I mentioned earlier, if we have a training center and have things to help these people, educate them, put them into a good perspective where they are able to change their mindset and learn something over time, they are able to just forget about all the things that happened in the past. Because a lot of people, parents got killed by some people that is seen. So that trauma keep lingering in their mind. So if you really have these kind of things in place, it will help our people, and our people will live with one another. The peace that we want to enjoy with love and just share with one another, because we want to see a society that everybody can commute, with one another. Everybody can just come together and just love, and Liberia can be a place of love and compassion for each other. So you see, one of the key facts for supporting our argument why Liberia deserves better. For some of you who are following the show, I see somebody made a comment. Thank you, Vani, for such a comment. I appreciate that. Share the podcast, make some comment. We highly appreciate that. And also, if you want to come here and be a part of what we do at the Rahim Show, you're most welcome. Send me a message and I will send you an invite. And you can come here and share your idea. And we want to see a better Liberia. We are discussing why Liberia deserves better. That is my argument. I'm arguing with our leader constructively and with anybody who is watching why Liberia deserves better. We want to see a better Liberia. So why? Why do I think Liberia deserves better? And I'm providing key facts to support my reason for which I say Liberia deserves better and why Liberia deserves better. So thanks for tuning in. Let's go into the key facts for supporting our argument. We say historical trauma. Liberia experienced a brutal civil war and caused by widespread devastation and loss of life, leading, a lasting social and economic scar on the nation. Like I said earlier, people lost family, people lost their lives, so many things happen, and make people to have that thinking going in their mind. So that's why if a country is not improving, it still makes the person say, oh, but Liberia, we just here, nothing happening. People start to think the same way. But if you have a country that is shifting, moving to a real direction. You see people now begin to, flow, flow with the development, flow. No one will be able to go back again, start having that same mindset or, oh yes, okay, no, no. Many people become a good people, and that's what we want to see happening in Liberia. Another one is why. Why do we think Liberia deserve better? Because of extreme poverty. Man, I was in Liberia. People are suffering. I say, I walk. One night, I remember there was a huge traffic breakdown and it rained heavy, and the rain had just stopped. So, normally when it rains, any one of you are watching, we're familiar with from Vietnam all the way to Douala Road. You can bear me witness about that road. That road is so bad. When it rains, the road gets so the whole because the road gets so most of the big hole and get foot with water, and because we don't have a good drainage system, so the whole place get a swamp. So there was car now moving, one truck fell on the road and it blocked everything. Traffic was like 2 hours in that car sweating. Most of the car, usually they don't have air conditioning. So you will sweat the heat. Man, the heat was so much. So I had to even get down and walk. I had to walk for some time before I ended up getting on a motorbike because I had to take off my shoe, get in the water with my feet, everything. And I had to go. So I'm telling you the thing that happened in Liberia. I was there. I'm not creating any imaginary story. I'm telling you. And I was there. But what I saw was, while walking in the street, I saw people lying out in places that I don't even expect people to sleep. A lot of people are sleeping. I see young men, young women. I see a lot of things happening. And I was like, wow, is this Liberia after another 6 years of different government? And then we have Joseph Yoma Boaka is about to take over, or he's already our leader. And I was like, wow. I want to see the people life change. I'm not saying government should buy 1,000 becquerel and just say, oh, you come for two cup. No, that is not what our government do. The main purpose of the government is to use the available resources the country has to meet the public need. How do you meet the public need? One reason is to provide a better education. Another reason is to provide good health care, because the people need to benefit from the health care. That is true. The national health, let's say, like JFK, the JFK belongs to the government. So you provide a minimum payment health care system where people, you will not demand any amount of money before people get treated. You make that healthcare system very flexible and feasible so that people can go there when they are sick, when they have problems. Somebody can be at the point of death and you say that you may deposit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Somebody is about to die, they need treatment. Then you say the person should make deposit anyhow before you see them. No, it doesn't work in the US. And when somebody's sick, they are treating the person. After that, they apply their insurance or something, or even if they don't pay, the bill is coming to their home and they will make sure and pay that money because they have a social security that they can hunt them, make sure and get that money out of them. See, that is system. We need to apply these systems as we come in this country and see better things. We borrow some of the good things and apply them to our country. Rwanda. I always give, one day I would do a video of Rwanda, the Kigali, the state of Kigali, so you can see how great. It's one of the cleanest country in Africa. Cleanest. It's the cleanest so far. I'm not saying one, it's the cleanest because the leader has vision. So we are saying, leaders, you have a mandate. You have a responsibility to your country. Let's walk through some of these things because of time. We don't want to spend all of our time discussing this. But what we are saying, if you are just joining the show via Facebook and YouTube, we are saying Liberia, why Liberia deserves better. And that is my position, why Liberia deserves better. And I'm giving you reason and key facts to support my argument. I'm arguing Liberia deserves better. Why Liberia deserves better? I'm providing you key facts. And the key facts we are saying: one, extreme poverty of our people. People are suffering. You see, a large portion of Liberia population live in extreme poverty, and for sure, a large portion with limited access to basic necessities like food, clean water, and healthcare. I just mentioned that. Large number of people live while below ends means. Below ends mean. They cannot even afford food, clothes, water, and healthcare. You know, one time in Liberia, a man was seriously sick. You know, we have to. I'm not saying, there are times when I'm a child of God too, right? There are times when you are filled with the Spirit of God, you have compassion. So there was this guy who was very sick. He was seriously sick. It looked like he was having a very high malaria that was about to run to his brain. He was just about to pass. And he was read by the government toilet. You know, we say government toilet for some of my white friends. It's a public toilet. That's what we call it, government toilet. So he was read by the government toilet, and he was just shivering about to pass. And everybody just passing by the guy. And the guy was not taking one breath at a time. It's like the time was reaching where 30 minutes after he would have gone. And I was like, oh no, I can't watch the man die. I went there. When I saw him, I had to contact the police. And I had to pressurize the police through that contact. And they were able to rush. And that man, when they took that man lived. Imagine if I just left that man. Or the way everybody was passing. So it tells you that we need to love one another as Liberians. We need to care for one another. And that man was sitting dying. If we have a good health system in place and we have a system in government where we are able to treat people irrespective of their condition, irrespective of whether they have money or not, we will save many lives. We will save many lives. So folks, let's go back to why Liberia deserves better. That is the topic tonight. Why Liberia deserves better. Another reason is corruption and poor governance. This is one part for getting. It's very, very red in Liberia. Corruption and poor governance. That's one of the reasons. That's one of my arguments, why Liberia deserves better. These are one of my key factors. The reason behind why I'm saying Liberia deserves better is because we have had corruption to the highest. We have had poor governance. People leading our country, they are not ready to be leader. They only care for what they can put in their pocket and what they can do for themselves, not the country. Poor governance. That is a result of extreme poverty. So you see, one argument is linked to another argument. Like, let's say, because of corruption and poor governance, it causes what? Extreme poverty. You see? So one thing is linked to another. So these are key facts. Why our country, Liberia, deserves better. That is my position. And I'm challenging anyone who wants to argue. And I'm providing the key facts to support my argument. Why Liberia deserves better. We say extreme poverty. Extreme poverty. People are there. They don't even have access to healthcare. They cannot even find the daily means to eat. They can't even find food to eat. They can't even get water, clean water to drink. Without even buying it, but the water running, in their homes to drink. A lot of people have health issues, but they don't know. They're just moving about, but they don't have. When you go and text people, you will see that people a lot of. Sometimes a sick man is walking, living because only God carrying him through. Sometimes people are walking with a lot of precondition in Liberia because of this thing called corruption and poor governance. When you have a leader that is corrupt, when you have a government that is poor, they are not doing the right thing, only care for themselves, only care how they can get, how they see Liberia as an elephant mean, want to cut, it affect development. It affect the whole thing about the country moving in the right direction. And we are saying no. So we are engaging the government. If you're watching the show, make some comment, share the podcast, and we highly appreciate your comment and your support. And then also, if you want to support us, you can see on my screen there, make your donation. It's not mandatory. We are not begging you, but if you feel led to help and promote the program here, you can just cash out me or you Zelle me on that number. I will highly appreciate whatever things that God lay on your heart to support this station or this podcast, to always come and share something of importance and interest to you. So we are saying, why Liberia deserve better? Why Liberia deserve better? That is why we are providing the key facts. So we said earlier that the first key fact was extreme poverty, which is linked to corruption and poor governance. If you have a nation that is corrupt and you have let's say, a government that is poor and they're not flowing in the right direction, then you will have a society where people suffer and people cannot eat, and you will have a lot of poverty. And we don't want Liberia to flow in that trend. So corruption within government hinder development effort and undermine public trust. Seriously. You have a few of the government officials from the previous government were indicted by the United States because of what? Because of our corruption. So you see a hinder development and public trust. Now your government now will become one of the government that the people who are watching you, who borrowing money to help you, who doing something to help your country, they will now know that you're not doing well. You are just there eating the money as the Senate, and you don't care for your people. You don't care for development, because what? Corruption and bad governance, they all hinder development and public trust. They will not trust you anymore. They will not trust you anymore. So we have to be mindful as leaders. And we are using this platform to encourage the current government and Joseph Yuma Bwaka and his team. Please, you have a responsibility. Liberia needs to be a better place. Not just for me, not just for you, not just for your children, but for the entire world, Liberian. Everybody needs to benefit. Everybody needs to enjoy this Liberia. If Liberia prosper, it's not prospering for me, it's prospering for all Liberians. So let's do well as we are placed in this position to serve our country. Let's not serve ourselves, but serve our country well. So let's run through this because we have to go. And then one of the things is lack of infrastructure. One of the argument here is one of the key factors to defend my argument why Liberia deserve better is because of lack of what? Infrastructure. We don't have very unique infrastructure. There are a lot of development going on in all African countries. You see, they are bailing. We don't have good road network. That one of the infrastructure there. You see the road from Vietown all the way to Douala Mesa completed. When it rains, it become bad. And global warming. The temperature for this year is a little bit different because things are happening. Natural disasters and things are happening. Global warming, global climate change, things are happening. Different things are happening. You see in Liberia, it rain more than anything this year than any other thing. So you don't know whether it's going to rain more next year. So a lot of things. That's why you need to fix the drainage system. You need to fix good road, all of those things. Because you don't want to have a flood when it rain for 1 week, the whole of Liberia will cover. Small Liberia will cover. If the rain consecutive for 1 week, the whole of Liberia will cover. And we don't want that to happen. Liberia doesn't have the resources to defend against some of these things when it happens for that length of time. So, lack of infrastructure, deficiency in road, like I said, deficiency in road, electricity, and all of vital infrastructure impeding economic growth and quality of life. They impede economic growth and quality of life. When roads are not in it proper layout, and then you don't have full electricity where people, when the country is dark, forget it. People are afraid to go out. People are afraid to do things because darkness is something where people do wrong things and do evil things. They use darkness to do evil things. But when light somewhere, light represent something great. So it's always good to prioritize road network, electricity, and other vital infrastructure, that will help promote growth and help the quality of life of our people. Like housing, you know, I don't know what the National Housing Authority is doing in Liberia, but housing is one of the important things. Build houses. Government have their own land. Why can't you build houses and put in rent? Why can't you build apartments and homes? I see people. I see when I go on YouTube, flip YouTube. I see in Nigeria people are building real estate. The government using money to build on government land, build housing, create. I don't know what Liberia National Housing Authority doing. I don't know. I don't know what the function. I don't know whether they die naturally too. I don't know. But it's sad that the government have all the land and people cannot build homes. You build cuckoo houses. It's part of an investment. When people come, they see that area build, develop, all help to promote the country. And another reason here is untapped potential. Despite its challenges, Liberia possesses natural resources like timber, mineral that could contribute significantly to the economy if managed effectively. We got untapped timber. We have all the resources, natural resources, but Liberia is blessed with natural resources. But it's just that the underutilization of the resources, that's what is suffering us. And a unique historical significance. As the first modern republic in Africa founded by free slaves from the United States, Liberia holds a specific place in history. We are noted for making history. So that's what they're saying. The history here we are making, it doesn't even represent a country with history. So folks, I just wanted to share something here tonight on the Rahim Show to use this platform to encourage our country and our leaders and some of my friends who serve in the government that might be watching this show on Facebook. I want to encourage you. You have a mandate and a responsibility to your people, not to yourself. And don't allow any friends to tell you, say, Liberia is an elephant meat, cut your own and go. Because if you do that, it means that we are just repeating the same thing that we want to see change. The same thing that we want to see change. So we want to wrap up our show. I want to say thank you for the comment we saw in the comment section. Thank you for your comment. And for some of you who share the podcast, I want to say thank you for sharing it. Thank you for making your comment. We look forward to having another show soon. And keep following our show as we discuss things of national concern, things that affect our society and affect our country, our common denominator. I'm a Liberia. Folks, that's how we come to the end of this show. And once again, if you want to support our program, there's a link, there's a donation right below the screen there. You can be able to make donation to us. We highly appreciate any donation you make. Remember, we are not begging or we are not forcing anyone, but if you feel led to help the program to keep up, discussing some of these important things, we highly appreciate your contribution and your assistance. And want to say to our supporter, thank you for your support. And for some of you who always follow our show, thank you. We cannot thank you enough, but we say thank you. And well, that's how we come to the end of our discussion tonight. Why Liberia deserve better, and we're able to provide some key facts to defend our argument of why Liberia develop and deserve better. And I want to say to our president, Joseph Yoma Bwaka, please, you have the authority, and you have the money, and you have everything in your power to make Liberia a better place. Be that leader that you say you will be, and let's see our country change for better. For our country to become better, it takes leadership with good mind and good skills to be able to shape our country and make our country better. So, folks, that's how we come to the end. I want to say thank you once again for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Good night.